Hey everyone, it's Shana with Dancing Daisy Designs, and today I'm going to be taking some bottles that I either thrifted or got at like the craft store, and I'm going to be upcycling them into some cool grungy Halloween decor bottles. Alright, let's get started. So first off, I lost the footage to step number one, which is to sand your glass bottles. I just took some 80 grit sanding paper, I went outside, and then I just sanded the bottles, and I went in all different directions when I was sanding it. When I was finished, I just wiped them off with a damp towel. Now I am taking some DIY paint in Dark and Decrepit, and I am using that just to paint over the whole bottle. And then I'm going to take the rag and I'm just going to blot or wipe away most of the excess paint, and it's going to stick in all of the scratches and the cracks, and it's going to leave a really cool detail that makes it look aged and vintage. As you can see here, this is the difference you get just from doing one quick coat. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to finish up the rest of my bottles with the Dark and Decrepit and set them aside, let them dry for a minute. And then the next step, I'm going to use a DIY paint in Black Velvet. I'm just going to kind of stipple on the paint around the bottom and the edges, corners, around the top, kind of varying it on the different bottles to make it look like something like old and funky, like dried up in there. And yeah, I think this is a great look for a grungy Halloween bottle for sure. And so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to let those dry up a little bit before I move on to the next step. But I did want to mention that you don't have to use this specific paint. You could always just use any black or brown paint for these techniques. I would suggest the watering down the brown paint for the first step, and then the reason I like this paint for this project is the DIY paint is a thicker paint, and so you're going to get more texture with it. On some of the bottles, just for like a more overall effect, I just basically painted on the paint and covered the whole bottle with it, and then I just kind of dabbed off the excess with a towel, and you're gonna get a similar effect, more all over, a little bit less texture. It just depends on the look that you want for your bottle. I'm going to be using Mod Podge to attach my labels. I have some labels that are stickers and I have some labels that are paper. So for the paper ones, you do have to glue them on. So I'm using Mod Podge. You could use just a regular white glue if you wanted to, and just kind of brush it on all the way to the corners and then stick it onto your bottle and let it dry. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to age up the labels so that they match the jars. So I'm back with the DIY Dark and Decrepit, and I'm just kind of stippling some of that on around the edges. And just to add, like, move the grunge onto the label so the label doesn't look like it got stuck on after the fact. Just keep layering in, dabbing on your paint and wiping away until you're happy with the look of your label. Now, because the black paint that I use doesn't have a sealer in it, I do have to go back over that with something that has a sealer in it. The DIY Dark and Decrepit does have a sealer, and I love that it's got that brown over the black. It looks really cool, so I'm just dabbing over everywhere I put black on the bottles to seal those in. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making over my bottles and I think they turned out super cute. I had originally just planned on like grunging up the bottles and doing the Apothecary label, but at the very end I did add some embellishments and stuff and some string, and you know, you can embellish something like this any way you want. Like, the sky is the limit, so just like open up your imagination and go for it. I'm really happy with how mine turned out, and I hope yours come out really cool too. So if you like this video, make sure to give me a big thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and share this video out to your friends, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.